Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out my broadcast today. My name is Jonathan. Today is day 275 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. I have not been live since a week ago Wednesday, so it's been almost 2 weeks since I went live. I didn't update this on here. But the last time I was on, my weight was let me try to find out where it's at. Can't get a hold of it. Hold on. Current weight. There we go. All right. So my weight last week was 325.2, or I guess a week ago. Carrie's checking in saying hi. Hi, Carrie. I hope everything's going great at home today. Anthony, afternoon, Anthony. I missed you. I hope everything went well for the last couple weeks for you. I am a little bit early today. Realized I didn't post it on the Discord that I was going to post early, but I'll explain why in just a minute. So what we'll do is I'll try to get this. Let's see. We'll get this camera up here. That's going to be, got to be this one. So we'll see what it looks like. All right. All right. So we use that one there. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in. I started my weight loss on November 1st, 2020. Today is August 2nd, 2021. It's been 9 months and a day or so, or a little over 9 months since I started my challenge. Last week I was 325.2 pounds. So I was about 5.5 pounds away from hitting 200 pounds in 9 months. I'm going to hop on today, see what the weight is here. Get it up. My current weight is 310.2 pounds. It has been a crazy 12 days. I've just been running around. Let me get my shoes up. Hold on. So yeah, the last 2 weeks have been crazy. Being 310.2 pounds is just awesome. I don't even know how to explain. I mean, my body has felt so amazing over the past 4 or 5 days. About halfway through this week, I could really tell that I had just flushed and just lost a ton of weight. I started to feel my ribs like when I was laying on my back at some points, which is just wild to be able to lay there and feel my lower rib, and have there be like a ledge. Is just crazy. So I ended up losing 15 pounds. I lost 15 pounds. Since then, I was outside from the Friday after I weighed in. I got out of my truck. Well, my truck had no AC for 6 hours. So I'm going to say from noon on Friday until 5 p.m. this past Saturday, I was outside, and we were in just a massive heat wave for the first half of the week. I tried to take a nap one day. I think it was 97 degrees outside while I was trying to take a nap outside. It was near impossible to sleep. But just, and I talked about it a little bit before I left, but just the fact that I had lost all this weight and the fact that I went out there at 325 to begin with made all of the difference in the world for me as far as being able to survive this week. Harry says, that's you're below my starting weight now. Anthony says, awesome. Gold Bear said, holy shit. I don't know why it's not up on my chat over here though. That's funny. But yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Let me do the math real quick because I didn't expect it to be so low, so I don't have. So 519.8 pounds, 510.2. I'm sorry, 310.2 is 209.6 pounds plus 209.6 pounds. That's just wild. I mean, since November. And I did some working out, but it wasn't like I was hitting the gym all the time. I did the working out getting ready for the sprint triathlon. But I haven't done any real working out since then either. Like I did the working out to do it, and then everything built up. Everything got real busy with me going into this week, and then yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that this, I build off of this. If I don't have, I'll probably weigh in on Wednesday just to do a weigh in Wednesday. But I don't imagine. I'll probably be around this weight. I probably won't have lost any weight by Wednesday. If I do, I'd be surprised because there was, a big part of what I was doing this week caused me to be running around a lot and doing things, and food wasn't really on my mind a whole lot, especially now that many of the options for food that you can get while out and about don't appeal to me, and they're not anything that is on my diet. So I did, fortunately Carrie was with me on the trip and she had prepared a lot of food. So I did have food when I wanted to eat, and I ate something every day, but I didn't eat substantial meals many days. We did have a pretty nice salad one day. That was something where she had just bought like a salad that already had all the veggies in it, and then she put some dressing that she had made in it. We also were able to find the ability to use our Instapot. So we did cook some potatoes with the Instapot. Carrie says it was too hot to eat. I was eating one meal and a few snacks each day. Yeah, that's pretty much what it came down to. I was making sure that I was hydrated, drank lots of water. I did have a decent amount of dehydrated mango. Would probably be what was my meal for one day at least, maybe two. And then so I kind of got towards the end of everything, and everybody was gone, and I still had to just a truck or two, or I had a truck to unload, and I had to drive about a half hour to go to where we were unloading it. And we stopped at a gas station that locally where we're at, there's a series of gas stations called Quick Stars where they have normal gas station things, but they also have produce, and they have some other things like staple items that you would have, or you would purchase for your house. And so I went in there to see if I could grab something to eat, and they had just potatoes, and it might be the weirdest thing I've ever done, but I just grabbed a potato off out of their bin, walked over to their microwave. I used like a stirring stick, like that is used to stir coffee, or maybe mark the top of coffee. It was this weird thing, but I used that to stab the potato like a dozen times and threw it in the microwave for 5.5 minutes. And then I grabbed a bag of apples, a bag of oranges, and a thing of bananas. And when I got in the truck, I just I had 2 of the apples, 2 of the oranges, 2 of the bananas, and I ate the potato as it cooled down. But that was probably the most ravenous I ever ate. Like I was finally done with everything, and I was inside of an air conditioned truck, and they were mostly done with everything. And I kind of started eating, but I would have to attribute my ability to not worry about the food for the whole length of time to the fasting I did. I knew that as long as I kept my water intake up, I would survive, and I never had any issues with being dizzy or having any issues with balance or anything like that. I mean, it's a long week for me. I don't sleep very much during the week. So I was tired and things like that. But overall, it was a great week being out in the sun the whole time. I just feel so, like, I don't know, rejuvenated from, just all the vitamin D, I guess. And I did so much walking and so much other stuff, and I'll go into a little bit of that here in a minute once I get this stuff up. But yeah, so really a lot of other stuff has happened, or it's been part of this, I'm dealing with this at the same time. But when I'm going to go turn this camera off so I can turn the other one on. Easy enough. That one died. So the Thursday after I streamed, I was loading gear up. And this is why I'm doing my live stream at 2:00 today. Carrie says, "Look how blonde you are." Yeah, from the sun. I definitely got a lot of sun, and it lightened up my hair. So the Thursday before we leave, I'm loading gear up into the truck, and I'm in I don't know if it's an awkward position, but I got one hand kind of up over my head, and I got my left arm is like completely straight, and actually, wow, you can see the bruising on the camera. But I had my left arm straight, and my other arm, I was pushing a box, trying to load it into the truck. And while I was pushing with my left arm, I felt a bunch of popping in my left elbow. And I just kind of, it was, I don't know, like pop, 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 or, it was just like, it was like tearing celery. Like if you took celery and you tore it. But, so I did that, and, I just dropped to the ground and grabbed my arm right away. My brother was there, and he came running up, and he was like, what happened? And my first thought was, I thought I dislocated my elbow. Just the way everything kind of gave, and the twist that I was kind of in, the position I was in. I thought maybe I dislocated like a lower bone of my arm from my elbow. And so I just kind of sat there and held my arm for a second. And, it hurt real bad. But after a minute, I could kind of move my elbow. And then at first I was kind of like, well, maybe I dislocated it, popped it out, and it popped back in because I can move things. But then as I kind of started looking at it more, I definitely damaged my bicep or the tendons that attach my bicep to my elbow. I know that a lot of people were talking about like Popeye arm and things like that. I don't know if that's what I have, because it doesn't seem like my bicep is responding to anything. So anyways, that happened the Thursday before I left, and I was kind of in a position where I have a lot of people counting on me to be available. And even if I would have seen a doctor, they would have scheduled an MRI, which wouldn't have gotten done until today because I would have been out of town. And then And then I'll have to see what happens after I have the MRI. But or whatever whatever they do to scan your arm to find out what's going on. But so yeah, I did that on that Thursday before, and was pretty freaked out about what I was going to do or how I was going to get through things. Luckily I had a lot of people there to help me, and they kind of took care of everything. I got in one position where I was carrying something that I should not have been carrying, and I just had to quit carrying it. I just had to put it down, and just, and the other person understood completely because they knew I was having issues. But so that's part of the reason why I went live a little earlier today, is because I have a doctor's appointment for this afternoon to have my arm, elbow, kind of an initial consultation to see what's going on with it. And I'm fairly certain it's probably going to require surgery if I want to be back. It's either going to be something where they're going to leave it the way it is and I'll physical therapy through it, or I'll have to have surgery for some sort of repair. And so it was crazy. It sucks having that happen, but things happen. It's just yeah, it's the way it was. So that kind of happened. I started the week off with that. And then through the rest of the week, I was trying to ice it and trying to kind of rehab it. One of the things I was going to show, because I did lose 15 pounds, and there's a reason why I lost 15 pounds, and it was because I was outside in the sun all day and I was very active. And so I'm going to pull up my other camera here. Oh, that's not the right one. Got to be this one. Let me think what's going on, because that died. It's stuck on that maybe. Stop broadcasting. Let's try it again. Start broadcasting. Here we go. I think maybe this will do it. I'm not sure why I'm having troubles with this now. It usually works all right pretty quick. So let's try resetting it one more time. Got it. Well, my thing's not going to work. I was going to show you my activity level for the week, because it was pretty crazy. I don't know how to fix that. But yeah, no, I mean, I had some pretty crazy numbers on my distances here. Looking at each day, wonder how I can get that to work. Stop broadcasting. I don't know why it's not connected. Put this in. So I guess I'll just kind of read through what my steps and stuff were, because I couldn't believe it. It was just crazy. So on the first day there, I guess it would have been Friday the 23rd. Getting everything loaded. Actually, I'll start with just to kind of give you an idea. So the Tuesday before my way in there, I had 6,100 steps. Wednesday, the day of the weigh-in that I was 325, I had 10,000 steps that day. That Thursday, I increased my steps by 5,000 steps and had 15,000 steps. On that Friday, I had another 1,000, and I rode in a vehicle for probably half of that Friday, and I had 16,000 steps. Carrie says, I think I only saw you sit down a total of 3 times. So on Saturday was when I started really hitting the ground running. People were showing up, and I was up doing stuff the whole day. I had 24,000 steps that day. So I was walking 4 times the number of steps on Saturday as I was the Tuesday, probably. Oh, that was Mackenzie that said, how funny. Hi, Mackenzie. Mackenzie was out there with us as well. She's the one that said, I think I only saw you sit down a total of 3 times. Yeah. And then, so Saturday I had 24,000. Sunday, I did 26,000 steps. I think that's a total of 13.8 miles, according to my Garmin here of walking. So that means on Saturday and Sunday, I guess Saturday was only 12 and a half, but on Sunday, I walked a half a marathon throughout the day, just doing stuff. That Monday, the 26th, I walked another half marathon. I did 26,000 steps that day as well. Then on Tuesday, it dropped down. So Tuesday, my Garmin watch died. So half of the day, I didn't have my Garmin on at all. So none of my measurements from like 4 a.m. till afternoon until I had my watch charged, but I did still do 13,000 steps according to my watch that day. On Wednesday, back up to 24,000 steps. Thursday, down to 20,000. Things started getting a little bit easier. People were starting to get the routine that we were kind of camping with, and the campsites and stuff, the things I had to do, I had less walking. So Thursday, and then Friday was just under 20,000 steps as well. Saturday, I did 16,000 steps, and then Sunday, I did 3,000 steps yesterday. Absolutely. I did nothing yesterday. I slept from 7 o'clock Saturday night till after 7 a.m. Sunday morning. And then I think I took a couple naps throughout the day still on top of that. So I wish I could have had this pop up on the Elgato, but or on the screen there to show you the steps, but it's not there. Calories burned. Going through those days, starting on the 23rd, let's say, I did 3,800 calories, 6,189 on July 23rd, 9,159 calories on July 24th, 9,159. That's funny. It was the same both days, but the resting, yeah, everything was the same. That's crazy. July 26th, I had 7,628, 4,800 on the 27th, 7,400 calories burned on the 28th, 6,300 calories burned on the 29th, 5,100 on the 30th, 59 on the 31st, and then through 3,500 yesterday while I was sleeping. So, just crazy the amount of activity that I was doing. It doesn't surprise me that I lost a lot of weight. I did not expect to lose 15 pounds over the course of that time, but I mean, it's awesome. I'm getting around so much better. Having the issue with my arm and not being able to do some things, meant that I had to rely on my right arm for things so much more, to pull myself up into trucks or to do different things, with carrying and just not having to pull up a 500-pound body with that arm, or do things with at 500 pounds with one arm was really so nice. What's funny is I didn't even think about this, but this shows my sleep too. And so this is going to be the amount of sleep that I got for the week. I'll run through it real quick on this too. So I'm going to go back to the 23rd. So this is not what I recommend when you're trying to lose weight. But on Friday, July 23rd, it says I got a total of 6 hours of sleep. And then on Saturday, July 24th, I got 3 hours, 2 minutes. Sunday, I got 3 hours, 56 minutes. Monday, I got 3 hours and 14 minutes of sleep. 2 hours of that was light. 10 minutes of that was deep sleep. Tuesday, I got 3 hours and 28 minutes of sleep. Wednesday, I got 3 hours, 12 minutes of sleep. Thursday, I got 3 hours and 13 minutes of sleep. There's kind of a theme here. Oh, there you go. Friday, I got 4 hours, 51 minutes. Carrie says she gained 2 pounds. Says that goes to show how unfair weight loss is for women. And I've been telling her for 2 weeks, I believe that her scale is broke. It doesn't weigh our children that are under 50 pounds because all 3 sensors won't touch the ground at the same time. And so I do not believe that our scale works. So she needs to get a new scale because there's no way she's not losing weight too. And I highly doubt she gained 2 pounds. But anyways, Friday, July 30th, I slept for 4 hours, 51 minutes. I almost got a 5-hour rest in. And then Saturday, July 31st, I slept for 3 hours, 55 minutes. Sunday, August 1st, I slept for 10 hours, 43 minutes. I slept almost half the day on Sunday, and I don't mind it at all. And then today it says 7 hours, 56 minutes. So those were kind of my stats. Like I said, I wanted to go through them on the screen, but it's just me rattling them off. I took a photo. You know what? I didn't even upload them here. Maybe I'll upload one here as I'm talking. I should be able to do it pretty quick. At source. So I posted this photo earlier today on Instagram, or actually I posted a different photo, but this is my most recent side by side. Carrie said, it looks like I put somebody's head on a different body, or it's just amazing the difference between the two. And yeah, I mean, it's just incredible. I don't know. I mean, the picture I think says it all. I don't know that I could express anymore how it's only 9 months ago. It's not like it was years and years ago. And I'm not to the goal yet, but I'm at a weight that I can live at for a while. I mean, I'm at a weight that, and I'm not going to live. I'm going to lose more weight pretty quickly. So it's not like I'm going to be at this weight for a while, but if you haven't started a diet yet, you got to get started. I mean, if you're 500 pounds and you're sitting watching this and you're trying to figure out, I mean, try a whole food plant-based diet. I so many people looked at, I met, there's a lot of people that I was with this weekend know me from years prior. So they know what I looked like 2 years ago. They know what the 500-pound person me is. And they, you know, extremely complimentary. And as soon as I'm like, how did you do it? And I talk about, eating a whole food plant-based diet, they just zone out. They just don't even give it a thought. Or I've had there was other people that had lost weight and they start talking about their weight loss and how they went on keto and how it was great to be on keto and they lost 30 pounds, but they kind of just haven't been really paying attention to it. And so they gained a little back, but they got a handle on it because they can just do keto. It's bullshit. I mean, a whole food plant-based diet, and I had 8 pieces of toast yesterday, 2 bowls of miso. I ate every fruit I could get my hand on. I drank half of a 32-ounce thing of cherry juice. I'm not starving myself. I'm eating so much food, and I feel so good about it. I don't ever have a guilty moment when I eat the food I eat, because I know that it's gonna just come off. And so, I know that all these other diets are talked about and everybody talks about how great they are, but a whole food plant-based diet is the diet you need to try. I've tried to, and I try to be very kind of PC or be very kind of like, okay, yeah, when people talk to me about this stuff, and I try not to push this diet too much, but it's incredible. I mean, 15 pounds in less than 2 weeks. Yeah. Carrie says, yeah, to guilt-free eating. Yeah. I mean, after losing 195 pounds, I was still able to lose 15 pounds in 2 weeks. I've never done that on a diet. Never. All the weight, you don't have big losses like that. And it's just, my body's responding amazing to it. And I know I hurt my arm, and my brother gave me shit about it the first time. He was like, well, maybe if you were having animal product, but everybody I talked to about my arm either had a torn bicep themselves or know somebody else with a torn bicep, or, like Popeye arm is a common phrase, and so, those people didn't eat plants, and so it has shit to do with my, that has nothing to do with my diet, but, that has to do with me trying to do too much effort and getting myself into an awkward position. But yeah, I mean, it is been just wild. And, it takes time to get used to the food, and that's part of it, but it's worth it. I mean, look at the difference in those 2 people standing there. It's just night and day difference. And if you're struggling, if you're doing your own thing and you're having a hard time and you're struggling, look into this whole food plant-based. And really, if you really want to win, if you really want to do it, you got to go with salt, oil, sugar free. You got to, we're not designed to eat fractionated foods. We're just not, they don't exist in nature. If in the Sick to Fit, he talks about that in that book, that he would, I think it was that book, naturally attainable quantities. Like, you couldn't eat the amount of sugar cane that it takes to eat to get the sugar that you get in the food you eat, or it would take, or the amount of, the amount of corn that it would take to get or olive oil and all this other stuff. I mean, it's just, we're not designed to eat fractionated foods. We're designed to eat whole foods. And it's great that we have those things available, and we can feed and we can have high calorie stuff for people that need it, but it's not necessary. And a big reason why we eat all this stuff is because they market it at us and they spend all this money to convince us that we need to get it because it says it has this marking on the label, 25% better in this or 10% less this. And it's all advertising. It's all just nonsense and noise. Um, yeah, it's, the foods I eat, they don't advertise. You don't see broccoli ads on television because it doesn't increase the sales for that particular producer of broccoli. It only would increase the sale of broccoli overall, and that's why you see ads for specific companies when you see these things. It's not necessarily it, it because they can differentiate their items between each other by what they have. We have this, or it's this much bigger, that. In the areas where you do, like the meat and dairy council and the egg council, those are all lobbying agencies that are there to lobby the government, to give subsidies and lobby the government to help with, and there's money behind all of them, I guess is what I'm getting at. And you don't, there's not a cabbage council. There's not a strawberry pickers association, because you can't mark that stuff up because there's no secret ingredient. There's no magic combination. There's no proprietary ingredient list to make a strawberry. It's just a strawberry. It's perfect the way it came out of the ground. And so yeah, that's just, I mean, 210 pounds or 209 pounds in 9 months. Show me somebody else that's lost 210 pounds in 9 months without surgery. I mean, I don't even know. I don't know. Maybe that the fasting fat man did, but I mean, I fasted for 42 days. I couldn't imagine doing it longer than that. And it's not practical for most people. We are too active. We have so much going on. You can't. That's the thing about fasting. Fasting's great. And I started with the fast, and I love that I started with the fast. It helped me detox. But if you have an active life, you can't fast. You have to be able to be sedentary. And, if you're 500 pounds, you're probably a sedentary person. So just stick to your lifestyle for a little bit while you fast. But as soon as I got the bug to do stuff, as soon as I ate and was able to do stuff, I couldn't go back to not doing it. I tried it 2 months later, and I did. I fasted for 10 days, but I was too active. I couldn't keep myself sitting on my ass like I was at 500 pounds. Because I'd already lost over 100 pounds, and I got, like I said, I could feel that I could do more. And so the fasting is a great way to start. And if you have to mono diet or fast to get going, but the real star of the show is the diet, the whole food plant-based diet. It's just incredible. And I don't know how, and I'm seeing so many things because I'm looking for them. I've read so many books about it. I'm watching videos on it, but it's not gaining the popularity it should. And so, I'm going to try to push it because it's 200 pounds in 9 months. 200. Like, I'd never, mind blown. Really. Didn't even want, I would not have. My brother is a vegan, or he eats a vegan diet that he started 6-9 months before I started this thing. And he told me, he's like, you should look into vegan diet. You should look into eating this way. And when I started fasting, and I laughed at it, I was like, there's no way. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna do carnivore. I might do paleo and eat more veggies than they say on paleo, but I'm not gonna eat a vegan or, that kind of diet. 9 months later, I'm totally convinced. It's just stupid. It's not knowing. And I've said it to Carrie many times. I feel like I took the red pill in the Matrix, and I wish I could. I mean, that's the best I can. Start eating plants. A month later, you'll see what I'm talking about. I promise. It's wild. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go to a doctor's appointment. I want to thank you guys for checking out my broadcast. I want to thank you guys for all of the support through all of this for the last 9 months. It's really what helps keep me going is coming on here, talking to you guys, being accountable to you. I got a message the other day from a lady that I really appreciate it, and I hope yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna go, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.